to Titus Lee. I hope you're having an awesome day. Whether you're starting your day or your day is coming to an end, or perhaps you're relaxing at home, I hope that you're just experiencing all the goodness and gladness of the Lord, for this is the day that the Lord has made for us. And we are rejoicing. I've chosen to rejoice and be glad in it. You know, I was thinking earlier today about the importance of being unmoved from my mission. And as I thought about it, I began to really delve into meditating on how significant it is that God has chosen all of us, including me and you, to carry out a specific assignment in the earth. The assignment really doesn't change, but the jobs and the tasks within that assignment sometimes change. I'm grateful in my life to be a preacher of the gospel, a publisher, a writer, a pastor, but even before those things, I'm a husband and a father. I'm a brother, I'm a son. I have all these different roles, and within those roles are different tasks and jobs, and at times it's so much to do, but I'm glad that I have a clear mission. My mission is to help people, to help rebuild broken lives, to bring people into the fullness of their potential, and it is such a joy. You know, the Apostle Paul had a mission. In fact, his mission shifted in the middle part of his life. The early part of his life was full of persecution of the church and the demeaning of disciples of Christ, but yet he had an experience with God in which his life was clarified. And toward the end of his life, he made a clear statement. After serving the Lord and writing a great portion of the New Testament, he said in Acts chapter 20, he said, "But none of these things move me, but that I may finish my course with joy." That statement indicates that there were so many things that tried to pull at Paul's attention, distractions that could have pulled him away from the purposed assignment, which was to carry the gospel of Christ to the Gentiles. He was persecuted, he was beaten, he was isolated, he had disagreements with some of the traditionalists. He even felt abandoned and betrayed frequently. But he made this statement, "None of these things move me," may I add parenthetically, "from my mission." Have you ever thought about how incredibly blessed we are to have a mission? A mission is a purposed sense or state of direction. In other words, there's a goal or objective that has been identified, and you start moving toward it on a mission. What a joy to have a mission. Perhaps your mission right now is to finish school. You're in college, you're in grad school. Perhaps your mission is to be an incredible husband or wife, and you're newly married and you want to learn your spouse. Perhaps your mission is to successfully start that business right now. I mean, you're working hard, you're trying to hire people and bring them on board so your corporation or your business can really move forward. Perhaps your mission is to serve those in those countries where they're famished and they're broken, maybe quote unquote third world countries, and you are a missionary on a mission, or maybe a pastor or an evangelist. Even more so, you feel called to politics and you want to be in the political spectrum so you can influence laws and help people. Whatever station you're in, it's important for you to embrace that sense of mission that really comes from a divine commission. To be commissioned means to be validated and verified and sent out. God commissions us to do certain things in our lives. God commissions seasons in our lives, and he makes certain seasons more cooperative, if you will, with the mission that he's given us. He commissions us. And he said that to Jeremiah. He said, "Before I formed you in your mother's womb, when you were skinless, I knew you. I gave you a mission. I called you to be a prophet to the nations." So you may have showed up in time, but God ordained you before time. He gave you a commission even before you had a body. He spoke into your spirit before there was a when, where, what, or how, and he had a job for you to do. So understand that your commissioning has not come from the earth, but it's come from heaven. It's come from God above. That commission should give you confidence, but not only confidence, energy, or what we call grace. The Apostle Paul alluded to the Spirit that worketh mightily in you, that worked mightily in him. It's that activating, invigorating, revitalizing energy to do the job. So sometimes you're commissioned, you have the energy to do it, but then you must know that God has given you permission. In other words, permission means that He sanctioned you. When He sanctions you to be a husband or wife, or to start that business, or to plant that ministry, or to serve the public through your political office, can't no one stand before you in getting that job done, because it's within your assignment. He gives you permission to knock on doors and they open. He gives you permission to pray certain prayers and you see them manifest, because what God sanctions, He makes sure it manifests. What a good God we serve. Not only are you have permission, but also God gives you admission to His blessings. Admission or access to His best, simply because you don't waver from the mission. Now, this is the key thing. Don't lose your joy in the midst of the journey. Man, and I know that the journey can be tricky. Sometimes there are delays, there are potholes, there are detours. Perhaps you dealt with something like that today, or at home, or last night with your family, or perhaps tomorrow you have some major decisions that you have to make. Remember this: the joy that you have is not in the circumstance or the condition. It's in knowing that you are on point and you are in your purpose. That should wake you up in the morning, regardless of your circumstance. And it should put a smile on your face and clapping in your hands and praise on your lips, because that joy invigorates you and activates you to finish your assignment. Do you know that God gives you grace to finish? And I want to encourage you. If you feel that you've missed the mark, maybe the pressure's been greater than you anticipated, He gives you grace to finish. So I want you to remember, even as you go forward in the rest of this year, you will finish well. God promised to preserve you, and you're coming in and you're going out. He promised to keep you. So no matter what tries to take from you, don't let it subtract from you. No matter what tries to deter you, don't let it distract you. Be more attracted to finishing well than distracted by your circumstances. I believe in you, and I thank God for you. And I want you to know that your best is yet to come.